Wow, a Blast Entertainment game with the right music! This is the Flintstones Bedrock Racing. Developed by Coyote Console. I have trouble saying their name. They did the Home Alone game we looked at Christmas, which wasn't that bad, if I remember rightly. I mean, in regards to most other Blast Entertainment games. So there's 12 tracks, which means there might actually be enough gameplay in this game. And there's 8 races, so I think, as with the bowling game, I'm gonna have to go Fred, aren't I? So yeah, this appears to be your standard wacky races style. I want to call it a kart racer, but it's not really a kart racer. And this is it. This is very, very loud. I will say that. I'll try and turn my headphones down so I don't get deafened. It looks quite nice, actually. Cel-shaded graphics. The controls feel responsive. And there's a boost button. Just you hold R1. And you can't skid around corners. He looks delighted though. He looks a little bit possessed. I like the sound effect when you try and activate the boost. Alright, so far so good. Apart from the music being probably twice as loud as it needs to be and being super distorted. So I wonder what the bones and the eggs are for. What do you get for those? The courses are a decent length as well. So far, this is pretty good. Before you get too carried away, I mean, this is still a simple sort of kart racer in 2007 based on a license that had probably been dormant for a little while, because I don't think Flintstones were doing much in 2007. In some ways, I'm just eternally grateful that... hey, our sound effect's back again! The Blast Entertainment sound effect. But yeah, I don't know that the Flintstones were back. I know there was talk a few years back of Seth MacFarlane bringing them back, and I'm eternally grateful he didn't get to do that, because I'm not sure I need to see a Seth MacFarlane Flintstones revival. That sounds like a thing I don't need. Especially if the last 10 years of Family Guy are anything to go by. Even the music is somewhat appropriate. It's still got an element of not being necessarily particularly related, but at least it's kind of in fitting with the tone, which sometimes these games don't even manage that, so I'll take that. Try and keep Barney off me. There's an element of rubber banding going on here that I'm not a particularly big fan of, but hey, that suggests that there's AI going on here, so... Oh, it's not the finish! What am I doing? I've just thrown the match, I think. Idiot. Nope. Does that mean I get to go on to the next race? Nope. So you have to be in first place to win then, I guess. Do you have to unlock the other... Oh, you can still go and see the other tracks. Let's go and see some of the other tracks and try some of the other races then. Because I don't really want to play through the first level 3 times. In short, this is, as with all the Blast stuff, kind of a budget release. So not expecting tons of gameplay. It seems quite thin, although there is. I mean, 12 tracks is quite a lot. I'll give them that. Compared to recent Blast games that I've finished in 20 minutes, or that have had all the levels on the main menu. For instance, this feels more fleshed out than that. Graphically, it's more polished. It doesn't look like, we can go back to stuff like Captain Scarlet. It's not as bad as that. The handling feels great, whereas in Captain Scarlet, it definitely didn't. This, you put Home Alone and this together, and it's very clear that Coyote Console were putting effort in. They were putting out games of quality. And that's not true of some of the other developers under that label. All these guys obviously put in a great amount of effort to even get something out the door and shipped onto a disc. That goes without saying. But at the end of the day, you have to justify that somebody is going to spend money on this. So I feel like this is good enough to buy. This is a thing that at the time, well, I don't know, because the problem is, again, with the license, I don't know that many kids would know the Flintstones at that point. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe they were still showing the old episodes. Maybe there was a new animated series. I don't know. The fact that it opens up with the original Flintstones theme tune suggests to me that this is catered at the how would you describe it? Older gamer with kids, maybe, to pick this up. Either way, it's a pretty well done version of a kart racer. Surprised? Definitely surprised. This is, and I will say, this is better than Home Alone. I know it's a simpler game. But even just the raw mechanics of it feel a lot better. The driving feels good. The track design is quite attractive. I mean, the track's quite wide, but the track's quite attractively designed, and I like the physics, boosting. Yeah, this is I thought after playing Dr. Dolittle, I'd grown weary of the Blast published games, because I thought I was just going down a darker and darker hole. But oh, you actually get a ghost as well. That's kind of cool. But this is good. I mean, this was 2007, so put this in context. This came out after the PlayStation 3, sorry. If it was October 2007 and you're looking at games like Heavenly Sword and Assassin's Creed, it's that winter. So it's still a PS2 budget release, but for a PS2 budget release, this is beyond competent. This is, bordering on good. So hats off to anybody who ever worked on this. This is a nice treat, especially after playing that hideous bowling game with the Flintstones name on it that came out 7 years prior. This is how you do budget licensed title. Faithful to the license, plays well, not a whole lot of frills, but just make sure that the core gameplay is intact. Because if the core gameplay is not intact, you might as well not bother. It doesn't really matter how attractive a game is. If you don't enjoy playing it, you're not going to play it. Especially something like a kart racer or a platformer. It's all about the feel. And a 2-player split screen mode as well. So, you know, for some of these Blast games, they haven't even supported memory cards. So the fact that they do 2-player and 12 tracks and 8 races, that's pretty good stuff. And I think that's kind of all there is to say about Flintstones Bedrock Racing. I'm surprised. Records is just going to be yeah, see, it's basic. There's not tons to it, but wait. Oh, I missed that, didn't I? I didn't realise. Wait, 8% complete? No, that's weird. That was 2% complete when I came out of the menu the previous time. Maybe there's a bug with that, because that doesn't seem right. Play with Dino. Great Gazoo. Let's try Wilma. It's nice to end a Flintstones game by saying this is actually pretty good. I was worried, because after that, I thought that Bedrock Bowling one was going to be decent. I thought this one was going to be bad, so just shows you how expectations can totally undo your first impressions. I just like the design of it. For a PS2 game, it's got a neat look to it. Have I gone delirious? Is that what's happened? Have I played too many licensed games and all of a sudden I think they're good? Because this controls nicely. Anyway, I could just sit here playing this. It's probably not a good start, is it? It's, you know, sing its praises for 10 minutes and then go silent and just continue playing it. I don't think there's much more to say about this. I'm baffled. I'm quite enjoying this. I don't think it's going to take on Mario Kart 8 anytime soon, or any other kart racing game on the PS2, but I've played a lot worse, definitely. So, yeah, that's your Flintstones. It means I have to start digging through and finding those Nintendo Mega Drive games. That'll be interesting.